Today, I would like to show you Lao, Luo Yue, the origin of Tai Kadai names.
The use of name Zhuang for the Zhuang people today first appeared in a book named A History of the Local Administration in Guangxi, written by Fan Qinda during the Southam Song dynasty. From then on, Zhuang would usually be seen in Han Chinese historical books together with Lao. In Guangxi, until the Ming dynasty, the name Zhuang was generally used to refer to those called Li, originating from Wuhu Man, who lived in compact communities in Guigang, the present name, the mountain Lao in Guilin and the Tho in Qinzhou. According to a history of the Ming dynasty biography of Guangxi ethnic minority hereditary headmen, in Guangxi, most of the people were the Yaos and the Zhuangs. The other small groups were too numerous to mention individually. Ji Yuyunwu, a Chinese scholar in the Ming dynasty, gave the correct explanation of this point, saying that the Yao were Jing Man, aborigines from Hunan, and the Zhuang originated from the ancient Yu. The word Zhuang was the short form of Buzhuang, which was the name the ancestors of the Zhuang people living in the northeast of Guangxi, the south of Guizhou and the west of Guangdong used to refer to themselves. Later this name was gradually accepted by those who had different names, and finally became the general name for the whole group, Ni Dabble 1990. Zhuang had several variant written forms in the ancient Han historical books. The Bile, who lived in Yunnan Guizhou Plateau since ancient times, were called Luo Yue, Pu, Pu Yue, Yi, Yi Pu, Lao, Pu Lao, Yulai, etc., in the Qin and Han dynasties. Since the Yuan dynasty, the name Zhang, which appeared in the historical book later than Zhuang, was used to refer to the Buyi. It was originally a variant form of Zhuang, referring to both the Zhuang and the Buyi in Yunnan, Guangxi and Guizhou. Later, it referred to the Buyi only, and always appeared in the historical books as Zhangjia, Zhangmiao, and Qingzhang, until the early 1950s. Like Zhuang, Zhang may also be the short form of Buzhuang, which Zhuang people use to refer to themselves, as the pronunciation of Zhang and Zhuang is similar, and Zhang was once a variant form of Zhuang in the Han Chinese historical books. But today, Buyi people never use Buzhuang or Buzhang to refer to themselves, therefore, the use of Zhang as the name of Buyi may have something to do with the common origin of these two groups of peoples, or the mass migration by Zhuang into Buyi areas. Zhou Guoyan 1996. Halai, 3 people living on Hainan Island were called Luo Yue during the Western Han dynasty. During the period from the Sui to the Tang dynasty, Li began to appear in the Han historical books. Li was frequently used in the Song dynasty, and sometimes Lao was also used. Fan Qinda wrote in History of Local Administration in Guangxi, on the island, Hainan Island, there is a Limu mountain. Different groups of aborigines lived around it, calling themselves Li. The Kam lived in compact communities in neighboring areas across the Guizhou and Hunan provinces, and Guangxi Zhuang Autonomous Region until the Ming dynasty. At that time, the name Dong and Dong Man began to be recorded. In the Qing dynasty, they were called Dong Miao, Dong Min and Dong Jia. Much earlier, during the period of the Qin and the Han dynasty, they were called Wulin Man or Wuxi Man. Later the name Lao, Laohu, and Wuhu were used to refer to a group of people who might be the ancestors of the Kam. As suggested by some scholars, the ancestors of the Sui were a group of Luo Yue, who were forced to move to the adjacent areas of Guangxi and Guizhou from the Yanjiang River Valley, tracing a path along the Longjiang River because of the chaos of war during the Qin dynasty. The name Sui first appeared in the Ming dynasty. Before that, the Sui had been included in the Baihui, Man and Lao groups. The ancestors of the Dal in Yunnan were the Dianyue, 3 group mentioned in the records of a historian by Sima Qian. In records of the later Han dynasty, they were called Shan, and in records of the local countries in southern China, they were called Dianpu. In the Tang dynasty, they were mentioned as Black Teeth, and his face tattooed in a book named A Survey of the Aborigines by Fan Chuo. These monikers were given based on their customs of tattooing and teeth decoration. In the Song dynasty, they were called Bao Yi Man, and in the Yuan dynasty were called Jinqi Bai. Until the Ming dynasty, they were generally called Bai, and after the Qing dynasty, they were called Bao Yi. The Modem Dai people can be traced back to Dianyue, a subgroup among the ancient Baihui groups. Reference book. A History of the Local Administration in Guangxi, written by Fan Chenda during the Southern Song Dynasty.
If you like it, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Thanks for watching. See you in next video. Bye bye.